prudence means wisdom and quest means to seek. So to seek wisdom through the education or through the products and through the books and other different mediums that we have became our motto. So PruQuest today means seeking wisdom through education. The strength is that we have in our authors, we have people who have been, who are from an active teaching background. They have been there, they've seen that, they've seen the difficulty levels that children at different age groups they find when they go through different subjects, when they are learning different subjects, different concepts. It is important that we get the right feedback from teachers, from students, from parents, so that with that feedback can be incorporated and better products can be brought out. What is it that I want to teach, or what is it that I want to learn? So that brings us down and narrows us down to the concept that we want to know, or the concept that we want to learn or teach. Then the prime responsibility of the publisher becomes how do we implement what is written in the curriculum, what is mentioned in the curriculum? How practical are we with our implementation? How correctly have we implemented what needs to be implemented? So how do I make it interesting? How do I bring different facets of life, different things within our environment? How do I put it together as a tool for effective learning? That is a challenge. That is where the implementation is. Every student is not very book friendly these days. Books, they play an important role in that learning. Books have to be student friendly. Now, how will the book be student friendly or a learner friendly? It will be learner friendly. The first thing is that the student should like the book. Can I illustrate it in a manner that a child feels that it is his or her book? So that is where all these illustrations are important, So I think that also holds true for at least the formative years. And so our products are heavily illustrated, wonderfully illustrated, and appropriately illustrated.
This is the first time, at least on the Indian market, that we have a series which has completely original content. Grades 1 to 5 of PruQuest English have 15 components each, 10 stories and 5 poems. Grades 6 to 8 have 18 components each, 12 stories and 6 poems. So in total, that's 86 stories, all of which are original. An English course, a language course in our country, gets saddled with a lot of responsibilities. In our country, we do not get special periods or special classes to talk about many social justice issues, for example, body agency. Chapter 1 in grade 5 deals with the topic of good touch and bad touch. It is one of our most controversial topics. When we sent the chapter out for review, we got many responses. One teacher said, "I'm not objecting to the content, but do you think teachers would be comfortable teaching such a subject in the classroom?" My answer to that was, even if 10 out of 100 teachers are able to do it and are able to get the message of bodily agency through to the children, my job is done. You talk about grammar or you talk about vocabulary. Grammar forms the primary baseline for our course. Vocabulary is the secondary baseline. We have tried to introduce grammar topics and vocabulary topics that a child needs, the kind of dynamism in the language a child needs to be able to use it. Teachers get trained on how to deal with children who have special needs, but children do not get any such training. So that is why we have tried to include such content so that a child gets overall development through this course.
इन पाठ्यपुस्तकों में हमने पूरा प्रयास किया कि बच्चों के साथ साथ अध्यापकों के लिए भी एक मजबूत टीचिंग एड हम प्रोवाइड करा सकें, उनको उपलब्ध करा सकें। कक्षा 1 से 5 तक अगर आप देखें तो पाठों का चयन जो है वो बच्चे की आसपास की दुनिया से जुड़े हुए विषयों पर आधारित है, और गद्य की विधाएं हों चाहे पद्य की विधाएं हों, उनकी अधिकतम विधाओं को कोमल आयु और रुचि के अनुरूप हमने इन पाठ्यपुस्तकों में समाहित किया है। तो कक्षा 6 से 8 तक के बीच में हमने स्वरचित रचनाओं को तो लिया ही है, साथ ही साथ कुछ रचनाएं जो हैं हमने एब्स्ट्रैक्ट फॉर्म में ली हैं। बुज़ैन माइंड मैप से प्रेरित होकर हमने एक ऐसा सार चक्र, जिसे माइंड मैप भी कहते हैं या फिर उसे आप रिकॉल मैप भी कह सकते हैं, उसको हमने हर पाठ के अंत में दिया है। साथ के साथ टीचर्स के लिए ऐसे दिशा निर्देश भी और शिक्षण संकेत भी उसमें दिए हैं, जिससे शिक्षक जो है उन शिक्षण निर्देशों का पालन कर इस पाठ को प्रॉपर ढंग से प्रारूप रूप में पढ़ा सके, कक्षा में डिलीवर कर सके। बच्चों के लिए भी कुछ निर्देश दिए गए हैं जिससे वो वैज्ञानिक विधि से उस पाठ को पढ़ सकें। किस तरीके से पाठ को पढ़ना चाहिए, कठिन शब्दों को किस तरीके से रेखांकित करना चाहिए, उनके अर्थ कैसे जानने चाहिए, पढ़ने के दौरान हमें जो है अगर कहानी है तो कहानी की क्रमबद्धता को कैसे हम पहचान पाएँ, भाषा के जो कौशल हैं, भाषागत जो कौशल हैं हमारे, उन कौशलों का बेहतर निर्माण कर सकते हैं। इसी आशा के साथ इस पुस्तक का निर्माण किया गया है।
The foundation of PruQuest mathematics have been laid on 3 very basic principles, and those are exploration, understanding and application. Understanding of a concept is given using a variety of mediums. We have used stories and poems which would create interest and stimulate curiosity in a learner. Visual models aid in deeper understanding, and arrow diagrams would help in step-by-step understanding of a concept and would also ensure a seamless flow of elements within a topic.
We have tried to explain every concept with the help of real-life examples, and we have given projects to explore the need to learn the concept. The first element that makes our textbook stand out from the rest is the visual appeal. Our experience as teachers taught us the fact that whenever a child is taught with the help of images, the impact is lifelong.
We have put in a conscious effort through our textbooks to enable a learner not what to think but how to think.
How can I say that PruQuest Science Series is different from others? Firstly, each and every chapter of our books start with unique and interactive precursor activity which brings the child from known to the unknown world. Secondly, each and every concept of our book is explained in very simple language or through full-page illustrations or through flow diagrams. Thirdly, every important concepts in our books contain well-structured activities or hands-on experiments to reinforce learning. We are providing teacher's manual with constructive lesson plans and answer keys, and teacher CD where we are providing concept videos and activities, test generators to make the learning more effective. To sum up, PruQuest Science Series is a complete solution for the teachers and the students. For the teachers, our books give ample scope for experimenting and making the classroom interactive. For the students, our books are simple, engaging and challenging.
We have used an altogether different theme for our books which are based on the ocean life. The content of the book has been presented with text and illustrations in a child-friendly manner. We have taken special care and try to justify all the life forms that we find on earth, be it oceans, be it seas or land dwellers or freshwater dwellers or even air dwellers. To enhance this feature, Safe Planet has been introduced at the end of each chapter. Key features, I would say, of these series would include precursors, that is how the chapter has been started. In text features, there is Octa Challenges. Octa Challenges is a feature that caters to the multiple intelligences in a class. Then there is Opening the Oyster. Opening the Oyster is an information based feature which will give you information that may be interesting as well as a tool for extended learning.
In PruQuest, social studies is defined as a subject that emphasizes on the development of citizenship. PruQuest Social Studies Series 1 to 8 is aimed to help teachers, parents and students as a comprehensive solution. The series adopts no-rote learning approach and promotes experiential learning through fun elements such as nature walks, educational visits, painting, drawing, observing, crafts and artwork. So, I decided to write the social studies textbooks in an easy to read, understandable language and a very attractive layout with teacher notes for parents who are not from the social sciences background. Social studies as a subject has a lot of content. It has a lot of dates, a lot of facts to remember, which at times gets very boring for students. The features in the book, such as Do You Know, Thinking Point, Let Us Explore, Project Time and Think Beyond, help teachers in making the classroom interactive. The PruQuest Social Studies series is a dynamic social studies series which promotes and encourages children to find and rediscover the young social scientists within themselves.
Since we are an educational publisher, whatever we publish has to be within the confines of the curriculum that is developed by different educational boards. So we are always experimenting with different concepts, different pedagogies. We give sample chapters to different schools, for them to use it in their classrooms and to see if it facilitates in easier learning of the concept. And at the same time, we have ensured that the costs are at least 10 to 15% lower than what the other competitors are charging.
The people, they makes us special, they makes PruQuest special. And I'm not only talking about the sales people, but also our author, editorial people, the human capital rather, I would say. The way we try to prepare material for, especially for language, it's more about our own personal experience. I find our company among top 5 publishers in next 5 years.
It has been both a privilege and a learning experience to work and to be a part of PruQuest. The journey in the past year has been overwhelming and rewarding. The kind of responses that we get from the teachers, our education partners, the coordinators or the principals has been quite tremendous.
I think this is one of the best launches I've ever attended.
Thank you.
I strongly feel that any sort of education without experience is incomplete, and that's where PruQuest comes into the picture. The entire focus is on experience and not only learning. So that's the educational philosophy which we primarily as actors dabbling with theatre and education at Atelier looks at, and also how PruQuest is coming up with the books focusing on the same educational philosophy.
So we do a lot of other activities, for students, whether it means workshops for students. We also have teamed up with Atelier Theatre Festival for children, in schools. That's Bachpan, and we do a lot of workshops and a lot of teacher training sessions for parents as well as teachers from different schools across India. So in true sense, we are true partners in education. In a nutshell, I would want my daughter to grow up and say that I like PruQuest books.